Hi everybody, Elliott Haatvedt from the Royle Group at Century 21. Welcome to my project house. It looks a little different from the last time you've seen it. It's a little more finished. This is kind of the fruit of my labor now, and I'm kind of excited to show it off to you today. It's been a long 6 months of renovations. Did a lot of it, if not all of it, myself. And we'll talk more about that in a bit. But I'm here today to show you my beautiful rental unit in Sterling. Before, there was a kind of galley kitchen along this one wall here. I opened up this space and put all brand new cabinets in, made an L-shaped kitchen, nice chopped countertop, new appliances, backsplash. Obviously, got rid of all the wood paneling and new lighting, and have revamped this space to make it a more modern, enjoyable space. So let's talk about the living room renovations now. This is our change from before. I've removed all of the wood paneling walls and the fiber tile ceilings and added some new light fixtures in here. Before there was no light fixtures, it was all just floor lamps. Dimmable, we can change it so you could set the mood on the night if you need to, or the day. New flooring, new paint, new baseboards. I think it's just brightened up the space a lot and made it just as modern as the kitchen area. We still have our access to the backyard on their private deck, as well as I will be fencing off the yard in the spring. And then we opened up the closet there to make it a little bit more usable to get stuff down into the basement and storage space. And I think it's really complemented this room quite a bit. The staircase. This was, again, all wood panel walls and fiber tile ceiling before. It's all been changed to drywall, fresh new paint. It was just standard wood builder grade stairs before, and they were painted over. I've added carpets, so it's a little bit of a softer step upwards to the bedroom and bathroom areas. I handmade this rail and baluster system in the staircase here, which was definitely an adventure, but it definitely made me feel really good about my accomplishments making this. So, don't talk bad about my rail. Now to go on to what has happened upstairs. I'll show you room by room in a few moments, but this was the biggest transformation from what was here last. Before, I had the ceilings up to about the ledge of this bulkhead here. So I've gained about 14 inches in ceiling. Before, it was strapped fiber tile ceiling, and they almost made a suspended ceiling out of wood. So I took all the wood out, which took me a lot longer than I anticipated. But I found out that I had about 14, almost 15 inches worth of extra clearance in the ceiling that I could have created. So I've gone from 6'7" ceilings to almost 8-foot ceilings in the upstairs area. So it creates a much larger space up here, and it's allowed me to, again, much like downstairs, add some recessed lighting and new lighting in the bedrooms, which I'll show you in a few moments and I'll talk about. But it's definitely modernized up here and made it feel a lot more spacious and pretty. So, bedroom number one, right off the stairs. This was the smallest of the 3 bedrooms. And again, much like I kind of said in the hallway, I've created about 14 inches of ceiling height in here. So previously the ceiling was about up to the top of that window trim, and I've created the space up here now, which has allowed me to put in ceiling fans. So not only do you get the light out of the light fixture in here, but you get a ceiling fan that can help you recirculate air through the summer and winter months. Much like downstairs and the whole upstairs, I've redone all the same flooring throughout. Same color palette for the walls. Got rid of all the wood panel walls and fiber tile ceiling and put in all drywall, all new doors and trim and casing, and it looks nice, fresh, and modern now. Hi guys, you caught me in the bath. No, but this is my bathroom in my rental. I didn't change too much in this room. I kept the flooring the same. I kept the tile surround the tub and the vanity. I did get rid of the wood paneling on the walls and the ceiling. I did, much like the rest of the consistency of the house, change it to drywall, fresh paint, new light fixtures. I did change a few odds and ends, but kept this one as possible, the same as it was before. Obviously changing doors and trim and casing, but I kept the bones of this washroom the same. It was done very nicely before, and I didn't feel like there was a ton to be done. It suited the color palette of the rest of the house. So yeah, now I'm just enjoying my time in the tub here. All right, bedroom number 2. So this one is very similar to the first bedroom. I've kind of gone over the features, and I'll go over the features in the next bedroom as well, but I really wanted to kind of talk about the renovations on this one. If you've never done renovations before, or if you haven't gone into investing yourself and wanted to get into projects, or if you've done them before, to kind of go over this specific project. This was a century home, and the things that you find out about any project, but more especially potentially century homes, is the more you open things up, the more things you're potentially going to find. So, much like I spoke about in the hallway and in the first bedroom, I did lift the ceilings in this room. I've taken out all the wood paneling and fiber tile ceilings. I've changed out the floor, new baseboards, new paint, new doors, new casing, new light fixture to help recirculate air. But when I opened everything up, it wasn't just easy peasy. There was a lot of patchwork that needed to happen and a lot of creative thinking, let's just say. Especially with century homes, there's a lot of creative thinking when you open up and fully renovate one of those types of homes. And kind of roll with the punches and don't get discouraged by the things that you find. Just make sure you're doing them right. So that's what I did. I did everything as right as possible. I made sure I had the right professionals in and opinions and advice to get everything done as right as possible to make this a safe and happy place for someone to live in. This is bedroom number 3. Both bedroom number 2, which is across the hall, and bedroom number 3 are fairly similar in size. There's only a difference of a couple inches. I think this is the bigger of the 3. But yeah, finished it. It's very similar to the first one and the second one that I've spoken about in the upper level. Lifted the ceilings up and finished. Got rid of all the wood paneling and fiber tile ceiling and created a more modern space in here. I think it will definitely complement updated modern finishes and decorations that a tenant might want, and I think it'll really help justify the market that we're in right now and the color palettes and color schemes that this current year is in. All new flooring. Floor was carpet up here, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. All throughout upstairs it was carpet, and there was actually laminate underneath the carpet. And yeah, put the same laminate down from the main level on the upper level and open up the space.
What are some of the main challenges that you've faced throughout this project?
Just doing a renovation yourself, it's always going to be challenging because I'm not a professional contractor. I'm not a subcontractor. I'm not a tradesperson. I've done a lot of this stuff myself in the past, and I think it's just having the right people do the right job. And yes, there's going to be times where you got to factor in certain things into your budget, and that's kind of the situation I was in. Is I purchased it for X and my budget was Y, and I needed to end at Z and make sure everything was fine. So I really had to basically be my own GC. So I did subcontract a few things out. I did a lot of stuff myself, but I'm not a jack of all trades. I like to feel that it would probably have been best to have a professional do the work themselves, and might have been done quicker. Another challenge I think you're gonna run into is, like you've heard before, or like I've said before, with century homes, which this is a century home, the more you open up, the more past stuff you're gonna find. And I liked everything to be done right. As much as this is rental and not my personal home, I want it to be as nice as my personal home for the tenants that are gonna rent it out. And I really want to showcase the home to get the most optimized rent possible. So once you peel back the layer of an onion, you're gonna find more and more things. And to fix those things, and maybe not at the beginning of the time when you're creating that budget, allocate certain money for those things that you're gonna find. Yes, I allocated a miscellaneous budget or an overage just in case I ran into anything. And I still think I stayed within that budget, but I should have used some advice from friends and other professionals in regards to what I could have run into but when I was making my first part of the budget. Another challenge I ran into was being a professional real estate agent as well as doing a lot of renovations myself. I had a tough time juggling time, and I've had conversations since the end of this renovation with team members and friends and family, and even clients and colleagues that I've worked with or I'm working with currently. And I think this renovation could have been done in 3 to 4 months, and it's taken 6, almost 7 months since I purchased it. So a lot of it was because I was busy in real estate as well, and had to put this aside for the time being.
Is there anything left to do on the project house before you get to the renting stage?
It is currently listed as of yesterday. There are a few things still left to do prior to occupancy, and that will be fully disclosed if a potential tenant does come in and look at it. I still do need to do some caulking and painting of baseboards and trim, as well as I do need to install an over-the-range microwave, which has been on order and needs to be put in. Elsewhere, I just want to do a little bit of touch up on the landing area going into the basement. I know we didn't really talk much about the basement, but there is a full basement here with laundry and storage and all the utilities, but just want to do a little bit of a cleanup in there. There's not much I can really do at the moment because it is winter outside, but come spring, I'm gonna have a professional landscaper come in and do a lot of the gardens and clean up of the yard, as well as I'm hiring someone to put in a chain link fence between the 2 yards in the back, so there's a little bit more privacy for a tenant, and if they had a pet or kids or whatever it may be, they have an allocated yard just for themselves and their content. Other than that, the interior stuff is going to take me a couple days, and again, like I said, it'd be just little touch-ups that can be done prior to occupancy. Thank you for coming through my home today, or my rental home today, and for me to showcase my reno that I've been doing for the last several months. I do feel like it turned out quite well, and I think it's going to be a great place for potential tenants in the future. To recap everything that has been done, it's been basically a full reno, full gut of this unit. Got rid of a lot of the previous wood panel walls and fiber tile ceilings, new flooring, new drywall, new paint, new trim, new baseboards, modern lighting, brand new hardwood kitchen. Upstairs, we got a brand new handrail and balusters and newel posts for the upstairs area to showcase that upstairs area. Raise the ceilings upstairs, that was a huge thing. An extra 14 inches to make it 8-foot ceilings now. Upstairs, light fixtures and recessed lighting up there as well, and a little bit of spruce up in the bathroom. Outside, we have a little bit to do in the landscaping and backyard fencing in the spring once it comes to a little bit warmer weather. But we did get a brand new roof on the house, and I think it's going to be a great space and place for some future tenants. If you have any questions about investment properties, home renovations, whether you should do it yourself, hire a contractor, if you need advice or contact numbers for certain trades, if you just need someone to talk to, I am here. Reach out to me, leave a comment below. The rest of my team at the Royle Group are all investment-driven agents. We all are here to help you at any point in time, and we'd love to to do our best to make sure your next investment is the right investment.